Hey YouTube, it's Goddess, and I'm doing this the last installment of the individual episode. So I'm doing today Arrius and Jasmine, and we're doing season 16, episode 13 of Married at First Sight. So this episode, Arrius and Jasmine, they're just talking to one another. They're opening up again. So he's being vulnerable with her again. It takes her to like this area where they trade cards or something, like something that goes back to his childhood. And he was just talking about, growing up and how he moved from place to place to place. And when he moved to Tennessee originally, how it was growing up there. And they kind of have something in common though. I think Jasmine and Eris, because of the simple fact that she moved from somewhere else to go to Tennessee to be in Nashville as well. So they have something in common in reference to that. But she really didn't open up too much there when they went to the location. And my whole thing about it with him is he keeps wanting her to open up. But my whole thing is that I wouldn't open up to him because, first of all, he doesn't make it feel safe. He's put her down so many times in her life. And, last episode we found out, like, she has low self-esteem. And it took her a long time, to get to a point where she had good self-esteem and that she felt good about herself. And now that she feels good about herself, now she's in a marriage with a man that doesn't feel her, doesn't want to be around her, barely wants to look in her eyes, doesn't want to treat her good, keeps bringing up that he's not attracted to her, which we got the point after the 5 million, like the 5,000th time that you done said it to her. So like you have to get past that and move on and just get to know her as a woman and just like treat her how you would want somebody to treat your mom. It's just like he does not treat her that good, and the way he talks to her is not really nice. It's like she'll share things when she was open and sharing things. He would kind of like downplay what she would say or like comfort her either in the confessionals or comfort her like in person, be like, oh, for real, say little smart snide remarks. When you do stuff like that, that makes the person not want to share or even open up to you, because every time I say something, you got something slick or smart to say. So why would I even open up and share nothing with you? Because all you're gonna do is say something smart or slick to me, and I don't want to deal with that or want to hear that. Like, I want someone that's going to treat me good, talk to me with respect. And it's like he's broke her down so much, it's ridiculous. Like, I did not like him. And then in the episode also, Jasmine meets up with a friend, like a co-worker that she considers a friend, and her co-worker is another coach just like her. And she also is married. So she was just telling her how, how she's feeling in the marriage and how everything is not going as she wants it to, and how like she feels like Harris needs to give more in a situation, and that how she just feels like she doesn't feel too good in the relationship, like things are not going as planned, and it's like she's feeling like giving up. And the friend said, don't give up, things are gonna get better. And I'm just thinking, like, Frank, you don't know what's going on and how he's treating her, how he's talking to her. Like, I wouldn't even keep trying with him either. Like, what's the point? Like, you opened up because she was opening up to him and was trying with him pretty hard, and he kept just reminding her how much he cannot stand her, how much he does, like he's not attracted to her. Basically, he's not saying he couldn't stand her, like, because he gets along with her pretty okay, but it's like he doesn't like her physically the way she looks, but she's not what he's used to. And then it's like, I feel like it's her teeth that's part of why he can't look at her. And then furthermore, it's just like that's what it is, because most time if a person's not attracted to you, they're not going to be able to look at you really, because they're not attracted to you, and he don't really want to look at her because she's not really the type of woman that he really is into on average. So it's like he doesn't really want to get to know her. And my whole thing is, I respect the fact that he opened up to Jasmine this episode, and he really was talking to her and revealing things about his childhood and growing up. And then I did like the part about when they shared their letters, because everybody had to share a letter and talk about their life or what have. So he shared his letter first, and he was discussing how, how growing up as a black boy, how it's hard growing up for him, and how he would tell his younger self, how it's okay to share, to be emotional, to cry, and to be himself. There's nothing wrong with that. and that it's okay and stuff like that. And he was saying, explaining it to her as well, like as a black boy, I wasn't able to express myself as much as I would, and I was made to feel bad because not they wouldn't want him to basically be emotional or to let out his emotions, and how he wasn't able to express it as much as he would have liked to. So I was like, okay, that's kind of a good thing. That's kind of true. Because I was raised like that too in my family. The males were not raised to really cry. Even me as a female, I wasn't taught not to, it wasn't okay for me to cry like that, not to be emotional like that or open up like that. So I understand where he's coming from. So that was kind of relatable. I said, oh, for once he wasn't that annoying or irritating this episode, actually. He really wasn't. He wasn't that bad this episode. He did say something after I was agreeing with him. He said something really stupid, and she was laughing at him like, boy, you dumb. But then Jasmine talked on her end and talked about how important it was for her, her growing up, and to her younger self, how she would talk with her about, how, you know, her low self-esteem, and how she just started like loving herself, because when she was younger, she was, changed from where she was having all her friends, but she was getting along with people and things like that, and she was transferred to here, and when she was there, she was too prim and proper for them. She didn't talk right, and they used to bully her and stuff like that and make her feel less than. So now she feels a little bit more better about herself, and how how that made her feel and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. So she was just expressing like how low self-esteem that she had about herself, and how her esteem has gotten better and things like that. And just like she having all these low self-esteem, and then she's married to a person that she can't feel safe with, to feel like she can be that open with him and what have. And then after she said that, he was like, okay, I understand you a little bit more. Okay. And then he was talking about, we should sell our letters or something. I'm just like, what the fuck? Do you mean write a book about your experiences and then sell it? Is that what you mean? Yeah, he be saying stuff that don't make no damn sense. I'm like, boy, what? What is this child talking about? And then she was laughing so hard at him, like, sure, what? I said, girl, just leave Arrius crazy butt alone, girl. He's a fool. But that was the part where they were lighthearted and they were spending time together and they were all right. But my whole thing about it is with him, I still side-eye him because he's not treating her good. So I don't understand why he expects her to open up and keep opening up to him when she's tried so many times and he shut her down, made her feel bad about herself. And she does have the past of the low self-esteem. And now she's like closing herself off and she doesn't really want to open up anymore. And I am not even gonna knock her for that at all. And another thing about her is her communication. I've noticed that about her, that she's very like quiet and really, really to herself, docile a little bit, real quiet. But I understand that's probably growing up the way she grew up and not knowing how to communicate, like she said last week about her parents getting in disagreements, and she can see how to resolve the situation. So then she grew up not knowing how to communicate effectively in relationships and not talking about things and just holding back how she feel, because she don't want to have confrontation, because she don't like getting into it with people or discussing certain things. So I think that's something that she could work on, but I think that she'll do that on her own, because she's a beautiful person in and out, and she's a good person. And I just feel like she's more suited for somebody else because he's not the right fit for her. Like, he's not good for her. Like, he doesn't listen to her, and when he does listen to her, he's trying to find ways to make fun of her and talk down to her and make fun of her, like, discussions about certain things or her responses and stuff like, oh, for real, that don't make sense, you haven't lived life. Well, that's in your opinion, but she's lived life enough for her, and that's all that matters. She don't have to live her life the way you think she should live, Arrius. But he is improving a little bit. Like, he's opening up a whole lot more, which is great, but to me it's a little bit too late. I don't think she's picking him at the end. She's not. Decision day, she's not finna pick Arrius, and I'm not surprised, because like next week they showed like a little bit for the next episode, and she's sitting there crying, and she's talking to the other girls, and she's literally in tears about how like she can't take it anymore. It's like she can't take it anymore. She's just getting sick of it. Like, that she don't know how much more she can take of this, like dealing with him and the way he talks to her and the way he treats her. Like she's just tired of it. And I can understand, sister, because I would have threw my white flag in weeks ago, because I'm not gonna sit here and be in a relationship with someone and I'm doing all I can to try, and you saying you're not attracted to me, which is understandable. We get that point, and you're still trying to find ways to talk down to me and talk about me like crap and make me feel bad about myself. And I have high esteem and love myself, and now you're bringing back things from my past and making me feel less than because of the way you're speaking to me and how you treated me and how you just keep harboring into me that I'm not your type, I'm not attracted to you, you don't want me, you don't like me, you don't this, you don't that. And it's just like, sir, we get the point. Can't we like move on to better pastures and onto something else? If you don't like her, you don't like her. We understand that. Like physically, she ain't what you want, but get over it. She is what you have, and she's a good character woman. She's a good wife. She's a person that would do well in a marriage, and it's just like he's basically ruined everything for her and just messed up everything, and now she just like fuck it, she don't want to be with him. And I can understand that. I wouldn't want to be with Arrius anyway, because he's asinine, he's very into himself, and he thinks everything is about him. And even when they were doing the letter thing and they were talking inside the house, they were still talking again. After they read their letters and they were talking about everything, they were talking again, and he was reading her the letter from his dad. They were in bed talking, and he was reading her a letter from his dad. His dad wrote to his mom, and he was just reading it to her, talking about how, you know, when he has kids, acting like as if he want a future with her, which I don't believe, and how his kid's gonna be handsome like him, and just like his dad, he gonna get his child a Mercedes Benz when he's 16, and the child gonna look just like him. She said, "Oh, really?" So he's basically trying to say like something's wrong with her, something like she don't look good, and there's nothing wrong with Jasmine. Jasmine is very beautiful. She looks like her mom, and there's nothing wrong with her. Like, what is he talking about? He's not all that handsome. Like, she should have never told this man that she was attracted to him or that she liked him like that and was sweating him at the beginning and acting all into him, because now he's it's gotten to his head, and he's like thinking more highly of himself than what it really is, because he's really not all that. He's decent looking. He's not the worst that I've seen in the world, but he's not no Morris Chestnut or no Boris Kojo or something like that. You know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the way he be talking to her is as if she is so like she's like so awful looking and something. She bothered him so bad or something. It's just like, and he's like making it seem like she don't got no personality. Yes, she does, because when she was talking to Shaquille, because they did go on their group date, and I already said in the other one, but when they went on the group date, the way Shaq and Jasmine interacted was really good. It's like they had real good chemistry, and she has personality for this. Because when she was talking to him, she was free with him. She was laughing. She was smiling. I said, so she has a personality. She just don't have a personality with you because you talk down to her so much. It's like she just went within herself and just closed herself in, and she just don't even want to bother even wasting her breath, even going deep anymore. Like, she's just giving up because she's just getting tired of trying and trying and trying with him, and for him to keep coming for her life and keep talking about her and talking about her and talking about her like a dog. It's just like, sir, like, really? I just don't like him, his attitude and the way he's talking about her. He just is not a nice person. And for me, like, they made a big mistake, the experts, by putting Jasmine with him. Jasmine should have been placed with Shaq and Jasmine would have been a perfect fit together, because they would have been understanding about the busy hours, because she works late hours, because she is a coach for, you know, competitive coach, cheerleading coach, and she's busy, so she'd have been understanding about the fact that he was busy. And the way he talks to her, she would have enjoyed it. Like, she would have welcomed him touching on her, because it seems like her love language is she likes quality time and touch and stuff like that. Like, she's an affectionate person, and she likes to spend time and things like that. So for me, they were perfect. They just got along so well. Like, and Arrius got along really well with Kirsten, and he was looking all in her eyes, but I don't think that they would have worked, because they're both, to me, in my opinion, narcissists, and they both are self-centered into themselves, and everything revolves around them, and it's about what they want, what they need, and they just want what they want. and they don't care about anybody else's feelings or anything like that. This is just how it is. It's just very like selfish. They're both selfish. And my whole thing is that Eric should have never been on a place on this show because he's not husband material. He is not ready and what have. And my whole thing is they ain't finna work. They're not picking each other um, on decision day. If he picks on decision day, I would be surprised because like like he's treating her in the way she was crying for the next episode. Jasmine is just, she through with him, and I'm so happy she is because he doesn't deserve her. She's a good woman, and you're coming for her because you're not used to good women. You're used to like raggedy piece of garbage people, and you don't know what to do with her, or how to deal with her because of his past. And I just feel like he's just stuck in the past, like, and he can't get over the past or what he's been through with people and things of that nature. And his dad is a big important thing of the reason why he's the way he is. So, but my whole thing is I'm not gonna make excuses for him because he signed up for the show. If he wasn't ready to be in something with somebody, he shouldn't have signed up for the show. He should have just got his help. And when he was, okay and better, then, got the treatment to deal with, like, his self-centeredness. Because I know part of that is because he's an only child, too. When you're an only child, you're used to everything being your way and getting things your way at all times. And the fact that, he hasn't had the experience of having siblings and things, he doesn't understand a lot of stuff about things. He just wants things his way when he wanted. And I just feel like, child, bye. But that's just my synopsis. I can't wait till next week to see what he specifically did because they're supposed to be getting more intimate and touching on each other a whole lot more. And I don't think they really finna do that because he already said they not. So we gonna see. And what y'all think about this episode, this critique that I have, or like my review of this with Arrius and Jasmine? Just let me know and comment, subscribe, and tell me how you like me discussing breaking it down by each couple, and then doing it on video instead of audio this time around. So let me know, comment, subscribe, and talk to you later.